when people get up to that road rage level, unfortunately, common reasoning just drops out.
It has certainly become a persistent problem in Colorado. We're talking about road rage violence. 2 police departments have suspects in custody for deaths that happened just a week and a half apart.
And a major traffic alert in Boulder County. Huge rocks came down onto Highway 7, and several miles are now closed to drivers.
Of course, tomorrow's a big day. Colorado ready to celebrate the latest championship to grace the Mile High City. Where to go and the ways to see the Nuggets Victory Parade. 9 News at 5 will get you ready. We start at 5 o'clock, though, with 2 criminal cases. Both of them revolve around a growing problem in Colorado, road rage. Now there are 2 police departments that have made arrests in 2 deadly shootings right in the metro Denver area, all happening just in the last week and a half.
The most recent was a scene that we showed you last night, just around this time, that shut down I-25. 2 people were killed. The man accused, Stephen Long, faced a judge this morning. He's being held on 2 counts of first-degree murder after police say he shot a driver and passenger who got out of a car to confront him on I-25 near the 6th Avenue Bridge. The driver and the passenger were brothers.
And 2 18-year-olds now face charges for what Aurora police call a road rage death. It happened on Havana Street in Aurora last week. 48-year-old Stephen Qualls was driving with 2 adults and 2 young children when police say the teens pulled next to him at a light. Something was said between the people in the 2 cars, and then the shots were fired. 9 News reporter Steve Stager found road rage complaints just keep pouring in to state police.
None of it makes sense. We're all distraught, upset, lost.
A family grieves as they try to understand.
They were really good kids, and they did not deserve this one bit.
Jessica Lucas says her nephews, Damon and Blake Lucas, were on their way to a job interview Tuesday afternoon when a shooting on the highway ended their lives. She watched as the man accused of killing them, Stephen Long, faced a judge Wednesday morning. According to an affidavit, Long told police the Lucas brothers cut him off on the highway, stopped, and got out of their car. Long told police that one of them was grabbing and hitting him through the window, so he grabbed his gun and shot him. Long then told police that he tried to drive away, and the other brother grabbed the car, so he shot him too. Police caught up with him a few blocks away and said that this is a case of road rage.
It has increased a lot over the years.
CSP Master Trooper Gary Cutler says reports of road rage incidents have been up over the last few years.
There's a lot more aggressive driving, especially since the pandemic, and I just haven't figured out why that's happening.
CSP took 31,000 reports of road rage last year, up 4.5% from the year before. In fact, 54% of calls state police dispatch took last year were for aggressive drivers.
I think people would be amazed at how many people have guns in their cars. It's not that they're looking for any type of trouble with anybody, it's just that they have them. When people get up to that road rage level, unfortunately, common reasoning just drops out, and they will do anything to prove their point or get even.
So what do you do if you find yourself window to window with a driver with a grudge? Cutler says you try to de-escalate the situation by not engaging with that person. Then look for a populated area where you can get away. You want people to be around. If that person keeps following you, get police on the phone right away. Making a point on the roadway is not worth your life.
Yeah, it goes back to some old school thinking about counting to 10 or something, just trying to take the edge off that momentary rage, which is the word we use that people sometimes feel.
Yeah, he says that, psychologists have found that in that moment, all of your reason tends to go away, especially if you're someone with one of those short fuses in the car, that you just want to prove that point and you don't think about the potential things that could possibly happen. They're hoping more folks take that into account. Also, if you see somebody out there who's acting aggressively, star CSP, the number to call to make a report.
Yeah, that's just as important.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to do anything irrevocable as far as damage. All right, Steve, thank you.
Aurora police are looking for suspects they say tried to steal a man's car and then shot him in the leg. Police say the victim saw a group of teens on East Kentucky off Alameda last night about 10 trying to steal his car. He says he went to stop them, but someone shot him. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. Call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers if you have information.
The man that police believe opened fire late Monday night at 20th and Market is now out of the hospital and in jail. 10 people were hurt that night, including the suspect, Ricardo Vasquez. Vasquez appeared in court this morning facing charges of weapons possession by a previous offender. According to court documents, Denver police suspect him of tossing away a handgun while officers chased him from the scene. They have not charged him with firing the gun, though. The other man arrested, Raul Jones, faces that same charge. Police allege that Jones had a gun in a vehicle near the scene. 2 adults are dead and 3 children hurt. This after a converted bus rolled off a road in Larimer County and down a cliff. The Poudre Fire Department says it happened in a remote area of Poudre Canyon, south of Red Feather Lakes. The fire department says the youngest child, a 1-year-old, was flown out of the area with life-threatening injuries. The 2 other children, 3 and 7 years old, were taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. Both of the adults were pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say they don't believe alcohol, drugs, or speed may have played any part in the crash.
A rock slide is blocking a major section of Highway 7 in Boulder County. The boulders came crashing down near St. Vrain Canyon, and now several miles of roadway between Lyons and Allens Park are closed. No one's been hurt, but it could have been a deadly situation. Corey Reppenhagen is on Highway 7 in Lyons, about 10 miles from that rock slide. And Corey, it is just amazing when these rock falls that no one is hit or there's not somebody that is just so dangerously close.
Yeah, and it's amazing in particular with this slide because of the scope and the magnitude, the size. It could have easily been a deadly impact, but no one was caught in it. And in fact, no one has even reported any vehicle damage. So certainly a lucky situation, given the fact that this stretch between Lyons here and Estes Park is very busy for a mountain road. We talked to one guy that actually was this close from getting caught up in that massive slide.
From Sky 9, you can see the significant size of the boulders that fell onto Highway 7 Wednesday at about 6:30 in the morning.
They're saying that it measures about 20 feet by 40 feet. And if you look how high it is, it's pretty high as well. So this one's going to take a while to fix.
CDOT spokesman Jared Files says that stretch of St. Vrain Canyon will be closed for days while they blast boulders, clear debris, and assess road damage. He says it was the rainy weather pattern that loosened the rocks and brought them down.
It's been an overload. The river is definitely high. I mean, that makes us nervous in itself.
Tori Johns Ryan lives right next to the slide with her husband Tyler. He texted her this photo as he tried to get to work Wednesday morning. He just missed being in the rock slide by a matter of minutes.
It's terrifying to me because, I mean, that could have been him. He could have gotten impaled underneath all of that and he wouldn't have survived it.
CDOT says they maintain roadways over 35 mountain passes in Colorado and have previously identified high-risk rock walls, including several on Highway 7. This spot was not one of them.
You know, that those things happen. We try to mitigate as best we can, but you can't control for everything.
Johns Ryan says more could be done.
So, I mean, it's the whole canyon, and in all honesty, it really is that needs to be looked. It worries me. It really does.
And that section of Highway 7 there was actually just finished rebuilt by CDOT last year after it was completely destroyed in the flood of 2013. Now all those residents up there that use Highway 7 on their daily commute will have to use those alternate routes once again. James Ryan says that it will add about 1 hour to her daily commute.
Ooh, that is significant. All right, well, thankfully this ended the way it did, and you know, everyone's okay. Thanks, Corey. Tomorrow morning, victory takes over downtown Denver. A whole lot of fans are expected to watch the parade celebrating the Nuggets' first ever NBA championship.
So the fun's scheduled to start at 9 a.m. That's the pre-rally. Then the parade itself kicks off at 10 from Union Station, heading down 17th to Broadway. Then it makes the turn over to Civic Center Park, and that's where we will once again rally, this time for the Nuggets. Things are going to get pretty packed, but the city says, reminder, you cannot bring any chairs.
Setup was working hard and full swing this morning. Crews painted a blue stripe down Broadway along 17th to Colfax. Fencing was also being put up.
So you know the areas in and around 17th, Wine Coupe and Broadway will be closed tomorrow, but several other roads will also be shut off to traffic as well for most of the day, like 13th Avenue from Broadway to Cherokee, 14th from Broadway to Delaware. Also, Bannock and Cherokee Street south of Colfax closed as well. And our parade coverage starts at 4:30 a.m. That'll be tomorrow morning. You'll be able to see the whole parade live along with the rally afterwards, and we'll be staying on the air right on through till 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
You remember that amazing mural of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray on Colfax. The artist behind it, Detour, was altering it today. It won't be complete, of course, without the Larry O'Brien Trophy, so that was just added. If you want to see it in person, it's on Colfax between Race and High Streets.
KCP and MPJ back at work, not with the Nuggets, serving up chicken strips, talking about the victory parade that's coming up tomorrow. We're going to hear from them later in sports.
No federal interest rate hike this month, but that relief isn't expected to last long.